Hi everyone, so in this video we're going to get warmed up with some basic output statements. I'm in Online GDB, and just a reminder that every time you pull up Online GDB it wants to start you with a C++ application, which is not us, okay? So always get in the habit of checking this language pull down and getting yourself set up with Python 3. Okay, so we are given this basic little hello world program with a print function, print statement, or this is the print function, and its function is to print whatever we want, okay, whatever data that we provide. So in this case, we've gotten started with hello world. This is this hello world here is called string data, okay. You can think of this as a bunch of individual characters all strung together in quotes, all strung together like beads on a necklace. So that's string data. And you can spot string data a mile away because it is contained in quotes. Now in Python, you can use single quotes or double quotes. Okay, I tend to use double quotes myself, but you know, it's up to you what you want. But you can't mix and match. You can't start with a double, for example, and end with a single. That's not going to work. So just pick one and stick with it. Also, I would say spacing tends not to matter in Python. I wouldn't say all the time, but here, for example, I personally would not put a space there, and that's fine. But, you know, again, I'm, getting really picky here, and you can just do what you prefer, but the spacing we call this white space, even though we're in a dark screen, it's called white space, or, where there's nothing there, and that tends not to matter. So let's see. So we have hello world. Let's customize this and make it more specific to our class. Okay. And I'll just add another print statement here using our print function. Okay. Just want to prove a point. When I run this, okay, this may seem obvious to you, but I just want to drive home the print statement or print function comes with an implicit line feed. Okay, so my first print statement, I said I printed our welcome message, and then we got a line feed with that because with the next print statement, it printed on the next line. So just know that your print statement, as it stands, comes with a line feed. There are ways around that. We'll talk about those later, but there's that. Okay, so why don't we do some emojis, okay? I want to show you how to get an emoji code online and add an emoji to your program. So I'm going to go to emojipedia.org. There are tons of sites like this. You don't have to use Emojipedia necessarily, but if I go to Emojipedia, and let me just find just a smiley face to get us started. Okay, so I'm going to go with this one. You might be tempted to do something like this. I'm going to tell you what not to do when you're doing emojis. Emojis are not a huge part of this class, but a lot of students like to add them just to get a little bit of, visual stimulation, I guess. So I'm going to copy that emoji. Okay, seemed like a good idea. And I'm going to try to paste that into a print statement. There he is. I'm going to run that. Okay, it seems like it's working great so far, and it is so far. But then when I go to save my program, which we'll be doing a lot in this class, okay, I'm just going to give it some kind of garbage name. And it's saying, error creating snippet, please try again. And the problem is this emoji, like it cannot be saved. You can't save your program when you do the emoji like this. So sometimes you might get away with it, but I'm here at home, I'm not getting away with it. So let's not do that. Let's not paste emojis into our code files. So what I'm going to do, and this is the way we're going to do emojis, you're going to find the emoji that you want. You're going to click on this tab, technical information, or if you're on a different site, there's going to be a way to get at what we call the Unicode for that emoji. So I'm going to go in here, I'm going to click technical information. This is what we call the Unicode for that emoji. Every emoji has like its own designated code, all right? So I'm going to copy this, all right? And I'm going to paste that into the string, all right? And then I have to doctor it up a little bit. I'm going to put a backslash in front of the U, and then the plus sign I'm going to replace with usually 3 zeros, sometimes 4. Okay, when you know it's 3 if you type 3 zeros and it turns blue. Like as soon as it turns blue, you're done. You might have to add a 4th 0 to make it turn blue, but 3 or 4 zeros. All right, so I'm going to run this. There he is. I'm going to save this with the garbage name, and everything's sailed through without a problem. So you can use emojis, but just don't paste them right into the program. Okay, so I am going to I've got a surprise emoji here. I'm going to throw that in there. Okay, and just to like show you, okay, so, well, that's kind of hard to see, but it's a little sloth. All right, so now I want to say no sloths allowed in CSC 140. And what I can do, if I want, I can just, I've got the string with the emoji. The emoji, it doesn't have to be a standalone in a string. I can add more in here. So I've said no sloths allowed in CSC 140. So you'll see we have our emoji and then the text that I wanted. So, you know, a string can contain a lot of elements here. And obviously, we'll be working a lot with strings and output in this class. But so those are your basics. I'm going to save that, and we'll move on to the next video.